Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm finally going to be able to finish up my bandsaw that I've been working on for a while. I did up a video a while back about sanding this down, cleaning it up a little bit, and I was going to go ahead and do the light then, but I found out during the process of the video that there was damage to the light socket itself inside here. So I was able to manage to get a hold of a socket. I did acquire this online, and for those who are wanting to know, this is from Memotronics, and here's the numbers here. And if you're needing this for your bandsaw, that is it. And this is the Craftsman, the Series Craftsman 12-inch bandsaw. And in the process of all of this, I will also be putting in the attachment, the what is this called? It's a 3/8 Romex connector, basically. I'll be installing this on the back side because the cable, the connection for it to go to the back side of this is no longer there. If it was, which I'm sure there was, but it's no longer there. And I will be fixing that as well. And I will be using this bulb. It is a LED light bulb. And yeah, to use this on here, and I'm hoping that this will do the job, which I'm sure that it will. So this light socket is a bayonet light socket, just so you guys know, and if you're needing that information. And that is what's needed, and it must have this little bracket here. I'll go ahead and get this out of the package. It must have that little bracket on the back, this here, in order for it to work, to be able to slide in there and still be able to make the attachment through either one of those two holes. And I think the original has insulation around this, but I'm not 100% certain. But I'm pretty sure it is. We'll find out here shortly. So let's go ahead and get this thing torn apart and go from there. Now, well, I have to apologize for lighting because in this shop is not the best, and I can't really do much of anything about it due to the fact that we're renting this place. So there's not much that I can do in that manner. So on this, you take off the 4 little screws at each corner, and this just pops right on off. Now, I haven't used this that much since I've done the previous work on it, so that's why it still looks pretty clean. Now, I'll go ahead and show you the socket and how this needs to be taken apart. Alright, so for this light, we have 1 screw in the back, right there, and that holds on to the light itself. This is why the bracket on the light socket is critical. Now, the length of this wire on this particular one that I got reaches back to here, to this, but what I'm going to go ahead and do is leave excess here and go ahead and cut them near the socket and use the wire butt connectors to make the connection, and leave plenty of slack here just in case something happens down the road and I have to replace these. I want to make sure I have enough wire here. So let's go ahead and get this replaced and check it out. Now, whenever you are taking this socket out, be on the lookout for this flange here and the washer that goes with the screw. And this one just happens to be a flathead screw. But this little flange here at the base, you have to be careful with that because that is on the back side of where the screw is. That is actually what the screw goes into. So be careful of that. It will drop if you're not paying attention, and you could potentially lose it. So now onto cutting this and getting it ready for new wire. Alright, so I've nearly goofed up. But you will have to identify these two wires since they are both black. And one way to do that is to turn it on with and use a multimeter to find out which one's positive and which one's negative. Usually if you have it reversed on the multimeter, it will show a negative. So your red is actually on the ground and the black is on the hot wire. And so if it's not, if there is no negative, it's a solid number, well, you have it set up. Your red is your positive and your black is the negative. If not, since I have to put in the Romex connector, I decided to go ahead and take it off, bracket for the light and the switch. And what you can do is come back here and take this off. It is two flathead screws, one up top and one down below there. And pull this off and trace the wires back here to find out which one it is. Now they do show here that you have a top wire and a bottom wire. So that would be an identifier coming through this to be able to know which one's your hot and which one's your negative. If you just simply follow your hot wire and see which one it is connected to. Now I do think it will make it easier since I already have this apart. I'll go ahead and put that Romex connector in, and you just unhook your wires and make sure you have everything hooked back up whenever you get it together. Oh, put it back together. So back here is the ground for the top. The top one is the ground. I don't know how well you can see it, but your top one is the ground, and it's a Phillips head. And of course you got your neutral here and your hot. And what I found out, it may not be the same as yours, but I'll go ahead and give this information. On this setup, the bottom one is the hot wire. So you'll also have to find that out with your socket, which one's your hot and which one's your neutral or ground. I'll go ahead and run this through and come back to the light socket. Alright, so I have the Romex connector in. And the thing is that I don't know how well you can see it, but I will not be able to put one of those nuts on there. So this is pretty well tightly fitted in there. I did wind up having to use my little die grinder to go ahead and grind out a little bit, just enough to make this work. So do keep that in mind. You'll also have the potential issue of this outlet for the motor not working. It be in the way, so you may be able to make this work, but you'll have to see as you go along here. So that's what I'm getting ready to do, and I'll show you the result. All right, so the way I was able to do this up is to have it upside down, and it will just barely fit in there. Now, I'm not worried about this Romex connector falling out due to the fact that it is fairly snug in there, and yes, vibration could potentially cause it to vibrate out. But I'm not terribly worried, nor with transportation. And that is due to the fact that since this cable is the direct power in, whenever we go to transport, this will be draped across here and be out of harm's way. So now on to getting this finished up, get the wiring inside done, and be on my merry way to see if this works. All right, so I need to mention that with this light socket, after further looking at it, it's not going to matter which one's ground and which one's not. So you don't have to worry about that. And right now, as you can see, I got the light set up in here and it's ready to be tested. So let's go ahead and try this out. Oh, haha, I gotta plug it in first. Hold on. So there's an issue. It's not on, but the light's on. And it shuts off when you turn it back on. That's no bueno. So I gotta figure this out with the switch here. So back apart it goes. So now, if that's all that you are needing to know, that'll be the end, I guess. But if you want to stick around until I try to figure this out, go right ahead. And so I gotta figure this out, see what's up with this. So I'll go ahead and tear this back apart and see what the deal is. All right, so I found out what the issue was in here. There wasn't one of these wires was not hooked up straight to the neutral. So whenever it was off, obviously the light was on, and then when it was turned on, the light turned off. So I got this reset. So let's go ahead and try this again. And I gotta, of course, get the power hooked back up. All right, it is plugged in, and that's I can think that's a good sign so far. So let's turn it on. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So what the deal was in here, like I said, one of these wires was hooked up to the black on one side of the switch, or the hot coming straight in, and then the other one was hooked up onto the one of the other sides of the switch. So every time this opened up, every time this closed, this light turned off, and whenever it was open, this light turned on. So, or whatever. However, either way, it wasn't done up right. So now it is. So now I'm going to get this put back together and actually try it with the cover on. Alright, let's go ahead and get some of this stuff off of here. Man, it is no joke. This thing does not show how bright it actually is in here. Kind of paints off of the darkness. Alright, so it's cleaned off. So let's see how much light this actually portrays. Oh yeah. That is so much better. Actually be able to work here. So this is actually going to do me pretty good, I do believe. So I am happy. So yeah, I am pretty happy about this. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. If this video wound up being helpful for you, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more stuff like this in the future, go ahead and hit the subscribe. And while you're at it, might as well go check out my Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and also you can check out YouTube Shorts. All that will be linked in the description below. And I'm going to go ahead and move on to the video verse. Alright, so if you've been following along, we just jumped into chapter 10 of Hebrews. And today we're doing verses 11 through 18. And it says, every priest stands day after day, ministering and offering the same sacrifices time after time, which can never take away sins. But this man, after offering one sacrifice for sins forever, sat down at the right hand of God. He is now waiting until his enemies are made his footstool. For by one offering he has perfected forever those who are sanctified. The Holy Spirit also testifies to us about this. For after he says, this is the covenant I will make with them. After those days, the Lord says, I will put my laws on their hearts and write them on their minds. And I will never again remember their sins and their lawless acts. Now where there is forgiveness of these, there is no longer an offering for sin. And that is Hebrews chapter 10, verses 11 through 18. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.